Don't forget to check out my website, omegabiguenergy.com. All personal readings are closed at this time. However, they will be reopening again in May of this year. All right, let's get started on this read. All right, so it says all those who desire to live godly will suffer persecution. What up, MJ? What up, all my subscribers? What up, Howell? Hey, what up, D? Let's see who else is coming in. Let me go ahead and it says persecution is the legacy beneath by God's people. Bequeathed by God people. Yeah. Okay, it says right here and you know what? It's so true. Like, what up, Seth? I swear to you, like, what do you always hear about, like, people that are on their path or people that are on their journey, right? It always sounds fucking crazy. Even these, like, metaphors or these fucking, stories that we hear in, like, different, I want to say, like, different religions, backgrounds, whatever. They're all kind of, like, the same in a way, right? And as far as, like, somebody, going through trials and tribulations and, like, some really crazy shit, but they're actually, like, really important, or, like, your purpose is super, super important. And I feel like a lot of people, too, they don't even realize their power or their strength until they're fucking tested. And usually in some of these stories, okay, that we hear about, or not even, like, stories, but I guess just different myths, whatever, sometimes it's like they will end up gaining powers, like, after they go through the trials, the tribulation, or the pain. And so it says pain today, rewards forever. And then they become like this god or this goddess or whatever. Hold on. Who is running right now? It is late. Hold on. Okay. Anyways. All right. It says right here, for 2,000 years, followers of God have been persecuted. Okay. And it says, and I feel like not even just followers of God. However, you know what I'm saying? Like, take it where it resonates. It's really the point of it. Just, I feel like people that are just followers, like, that march to the beat of their own fucking drum. You know what I'm saying? People that are literally following their path, okay? I don't care what religion you're a part of, okay? It says right here, for example, Martin Luther and his supporters were persecuted for protesting abuses in the established church in 16th century Germany. We are reminded, I thought it was going to say Martin Luther King. Anyways, okay. We are reminded throughout God's word that there is a cost to following God. And it says, but rewards are also great. The probability the persecution is not the focal point of the gospel message. It says, but the followers of Christ should be understood that all who desire to live godly in Christ will suffer persecution. Jesus told his original disciples plainly, if they persecute me, they will also persecute you. And it says, although persecution is unpleasant, it says God called those who are persecuted for his sake blessed. It says, why? Because their reward is it's like heaven on earth, right? Or the reward in heaven, right? Or whatever you guys want to call it, okay? It's the point of the story is, okay, it will be great. And this is also about you following your own path or doing what you're supposed to be doing and not focusing on what it's really the relationship with your higher self. It's like the God within you. You know what I'm saying? So for that, you will have great rewards. Okay. Oh, what up, Eye of the Tiger? Why is she barking like that? Hold on. She never barks like that. Hold up. Turn off the light. Jacob. We're here playing games. What is going on? It is too cold in here. It is cold downstairs. Anyway. So like for the suffering, they're just not. They care too much what people think. They care too much about what other people want for them, but don't even want it for themselves. Like, you have two pets, a Labrador Retriever and a Chihuahua. They get along. That's cute. That's cute. Do they sleep together? I think it's cute when the dogs sleep together. And like one's like little. And it says right here, persecution is painful, but anticipation of eternal rewards for faithfulness is a balm for the wounded body and soul. It says that Savior will be with you through it all. And so, what up, Letitia? What up, MJ? Aw. And so, we just... Okay, with you renewed your subscription. Yeah, so the lab sits on the Chihuahua. I remember we had a Chihuahua. I swear to God, Chihuahuas are meaner than shit. And I used to have a boxer, and this bitch would, when I had my first daughter, she would sit next to the baby, and if Buster came and like smelled the baby, the boxer, Trixie was a Chihuahua, so Trixie would sit next to the baby, and if Buster came next to the baby just to smell her, not even doing anything, just being nice. Buster was too nice, and he was gay, by the way, which was funny. And so she would fucking chew his damn face off. Last time she was like hanging on his lip because he wanted to smell the baby. She was such a bitch. I was like, motherfucking dog. I swear to God, Chihuahuas get fucking mean, like possessive over like their babies, and like it, like if you have a baby or like just their owners in general, they're so goddamn possessive. I'm like, damn, but they're really sweet. They are really sweet though. My bestie has a Chihuahua too, and she's like super hyper like all the time, and you're like, why are you so excited? Why are you so happy right now? Like, why are you so like hyper? She's always like, ooh, 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 hey guys, hey guys, hey guys. I don't understand. She goes crazy. But yeah, Chihuahuas are funny. Yeah, she's crazy. But you know, this is really I'm telling you, look at. So speaking of, okay, so I'm just gonna get off topic for a second, okay? So I feel like those are not I feel like those are fucking gunshots. Those aren't even fucking fireworks. Anyways, but point being is I posted on my story. So remember I was talking to you guys about we were talking about spell work on Friday, and we were talking about love spells and shit like that. So love spells and shit like that. So tell me why the fuck a friend of mine called me today and told me that like somebody that we know, actually the person that I fucking placed a restraining order, that person had passed away this weekend. And I was like, wow. So remember how I was talking about evading arrest? You hear the banging sound, right? Yeah, like somebody, I don't know, we'll probably hear some shit. But I'm like, bitch, we don't live in the motherfucking hood no more. What's going on? Bitch, I swear to God. Anyways, whatever. But whatever. And that person ended up getting shot. They got shot by the cops. And I guess it was in Pasadena. You guys could probably look it up. But that person, he had a warrant. Remember I was talking to you guys on Friday? I swear to God, like, mine should be on fucking point. And I am not even fucking connected with any of these people. I don't talk to these people anymore. What up, Watson? And so my ex, all right, so my ex and I met my friend through our, like, we met each other through our exes. So like our exes were like road dogs, right? So actually her dude passed away. So that was like my ex's like good friend or whatever. Or I want to say homie. Okay, we'll just say it like that. Okay, fucking soul twins, all right? So I swear to God, sometimes me and my friend were like, we wouldn't, I don't know, sometimes we would question that shit. But anyways, whatever. So anyways, he ended up passing away this last year, I think right after Thanksgiving. They found him OD'd in a car. So that was one. And I swear to God, my readings are fucking on point. And then this last weekend, so I think sometime around Saturday, early in the morning, like maybe after midnight or some shit. And I think we were on here. I think on live, talking about that shit. Somebody evading arrest, somebody driving, like something about a warrant, something this. Well, apparently all that shit's in the article that she was reading me today. And that was the dude that I swear to God there was a love spell on that guy. So anyways, yeah, apparently he crashed the car. And yeah, I remember we were talking about it. So it's crazy. And crashed the car into, I don't know if it was like a building or something. And I think last night I also said something about somebody getting shot. So don't say that my readings is bullshit, because they literally aren't. Literally, Watson, I swear to God, that's why I was like, what the fuck? Crashes the car. Cops, I guess he got out, started running, and apparently they shot him and he ended up dying in the hospital or some shit. But I'm sure he probably died on the scene. They just said that. But yeah, court cases and readings lately. Yeah, haven't you been? I'm telling you, these fucking, yeah. It picks up on a lot of karmic ass people that I feel like were once I was connected to, or they're literally reading from back home. So I mean, watching the reading from back home. So that's why the energy is being picked up on. So it's like, shit, don't say that I'm making it up. Shit, I cannot make that up. And I thought that was a fucking trip, because I did say that shit. I literally said that on Friday night. And we were on pretty late, I think, after midnight. If I'm not mistaken, maybe not. I don't know. But I know for sure yesterday, obviously, yes. Either that or I woke up on Friday night. I don't know. Anyways, you guys, yeah, we have it recorded obviously, but it's just a trip because those are also people that are connected to my ex. So it's just a trip. So I was like, damn, I wonder. And I did make a prediction, I think I think Elijah was just born. And I remember telling my ex, I was so fed up with this shit. And I remember we had our daughter Elijah, and she was still a baby, and I was so sick of his shit. And I ended up having to leave our house because he was so fucking irritating. And I was like, dude, I'm leaving. Didn't want me to leave. I left, right? And before I left, I told him, oof, good Lord Jesus. I'll tell you right now the cards. So before I had left, he was like super loaded. I had the baby. I was like so tired of his shit already. He was running around. What up, Sherry? Running around. And I remember I made a prediction, and for whatever reason today, I remembered that day, and I had like forgot about it. And I remember I had told him like what was going to come for him. And I told him that he would end up in jail, and that somebody else would be calling, our kids would be calling somebody else dad while he sits in jail and rots. And I remember he got so fucking scared. Like, there's been a few times that I've told him things, and it's like, I can't even tell you the exact words that I said, but it was something about him going to jail, the kids fucking calling somebody else fucking dad, which they do. Especially the little ones. Like, they don't really remember. Like, it was sad because Valerie, they were having a discussion, and sometimes I'll be sitting here listening to like what they're saying, and I remember Valerie was like, my dad's dead. And I was like, Valerie, like, where did you hear that from? And she was like, so and so is not even my real dad. And I was like, well, you know what, honey? And I said, that really doesn't matter. Like, what matters is that, like, who loves you? Like, that's, you know what I mean? And I said, I'm your mom and your dad. But it was just a trip, like, how she thinks that. Like, I never have said shit to her about that. But I was like, maybe this bitch is gonna die. But I made that prediction, and I did say something about him going to jail, like, for life. And something about his teeth also on the bottom, like falling out or like being rotten or something. Anyways, whatever, so be it. But I just thought it was so weird because there were times, I swear to God, like I could just feel it come over me, and like whatever I needed to say, it just needed to be said. And there's been times, and he was like, "Are you cursing me right now?" And he was dead ass, and I was like, "What?" It was just weird, and like yeah, he was afraid. And I feel like that prediction could possibly be coming true because I haven't spoken it. Like, I don't, he's always in that prison, so I don't know, and I don't want anything to do with him. But it's just, these are things that intuitively, there's times where I'm like seriously told, and it's like dead ass serious, and it's so spot on. Two older boys' father, I predicted that he would get sick, and wow. And he did. He passed away in 1998. Damn, I was like in 5th grade. Ooh, girl. Yeah. Yeah. And I was like, damn, dude, I'm telling you, like, there's just times where, like, and I don't know, it just came out. Like, whatever I had said to him, it just came out. And I remember he got scared. But anyways, okay, so, but yeah, I just thought that was tripping. I wanted to share that shit with you about this weekend. And then what I had gotten told earlier today, after we got off live. I know you are, but you look good, Sherry. Shit. You and baby. You and baby are the gills. You're the gills on this page. You and Sherry be looking good. You're welcome. Mm. So it was just a trip because I was like, wow. And even when her ex had passed away, who's my ex's friend, I had also had something about death happening and like in a car or something. And I remember that she was the one that had, okay, so this is a creepy, okay, it is creepy, but it's not creepy. So she was telling me one time that she was in the fucking car with him. She was like, oh my God, right? So we started talking, and she was like, do you remember that one time that we were in the fucking car, and like he broke the radio in the car? And I was like, yeah, I remember that. She had like no radio for like the longest time. And she goes, all of a sudden, she said, and it was just like static. It would just be static. All right. That's what I meant. Like, it was like static, and it would go like off and on, right? Like, it couldn't get a channel. It was weird. Okay. And she said, all of a sudden, she goes, me and him were driving. She said, and we had the girls, and they were little in the back. Like, our kids have grown up together. So like, that's like my sister kind of in a way. And the kids know, like, we're like family. You know what I mean? Like, it's family. So, she goes, yeah, she goes, we were in the fucking car, and she said, the radio is dead ass fucking broken, whatever. Girls are in the back, they were sleeping. She said, and he wanted to like change his life around. Like, he was telling me like, yeah, I'm going to change my life. I'm going to do this and this. Right. And she goes, and all of a sudden she goes, Sarah, I put this on everything I love. She has experiences that she has Jupiter in the 8th. And so she has a lot of spiritual encounters and things like that. And she's clairaudient. So like, she hears. And so, and like, people will come to her. So anyways, whatever. So she said, we're in the fucking car. She goes, and all of a sudden the radio starts talking. And she said, it was a man's voice. She said, I'm getting the children now. She said it was a man's voice. And it said, you can do whatever you wish. Because he was saying, yeah, I'm going to change my life. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go back to work. Blah, 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 right? Because he's always fucking loaded out there in the streets. Fucking, you know what I'm saying? Just doing stupid shit. And the man said, you can do whatever you wish, but you belong to me. And then the radio went back to being like static. She said, me and fucking so-and-so looked at each other so fast. Her and her dude at the time when they were together. She said, we looked at each other, and he goes, did you fucking hear that? And she goes, yeah. And they got scared. And I thought, wow, that was the devil. That was the devil. She told me straight up, she goes, that was the devil. And I said, yeah, that was. They found him in a car this last year. I can guarantee you all of those people are going to fucking probably pass. And they fuck with dark magic. So I'm just going to tell you right now, especially these fucking karmic bitches, if they are watching me from back home, just know. So these readings that I have, these predictions that I have, they're no fucking joke. And same thing, right before he passed, I also had gotten a fucking reading that was about somebody in their car. Somebody passing away or ODing or something like that. Or something along those lines. Very strange. And of course, probably about a week later or whatever, she had told me like, hey, it was after the reading. So anyways, but I just thought, wow, like that was like some serious shit. This dude that passed away, I'm telling you, that was the dude that fucking had told me about the dream with the two cups. It was blood magic. It was red, like two red cups or two, yeah, whatever, like pouring out, and the liquid was red, and it was blood magic. Somebody I knew right then and there once he told me about that dream. I knew that he was under a spell. So that guy had like major demons anyway. So whatever the fuck, and he had a warrant out for his arrest, apparently a felony. So it said a felony on there. So I guess you guys can look that shit up. But I just thought it was a fucking trip. And I was like, wow, what up, brown eyes? But yeah, that was a fucking trip. All right, return to sender candle. Return to sender candle. Yeah, you can feel that in your gut. Yeah, I got the chills right now. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, people really need to be mindful about their intentions and the shit that they do and the things that you do to other people, because it will come back to you. Like, it really will. And it will come back in ways that you fucking least expect. Especially when you are fucking with innocent people, when you are fucking with people that you think you're going to bully, or you think you're going to fuck over, you think you're going to swap destinies, you think you're going to swap energy, you think you're going to steal or fucking have a last laugh on their fucking downfall. That motherfucker's created behind the scenes. No. People do not realize, like, you guys, at least my collective anyways, I know I am. You know, my children are, my lineage is, okay, my whole bloodline is from this point on out. And I made sure of it. So I'm just going to tell you now, like, the fact that people think that I'm not protected. They think that we are. So what about when you're too dumb to know better? Then that should be a lesson for you. You know what I mean? Like, that should be a lesson. Too young. When you're too young to know better. Too young, I mean. What do you mean? Like, about, like, you know what? Honestly, I feel like, if you've experimented with things, especially when you're, like, younger and stuff like that, you know how we do, like, they do the Ouija board and all that shit. I just feel like you will be protected through that, like, through those things or whatever, because obviously you were guided to do it or whatever your curiosity was, but it should be a lesson. And I feel like, too, like, your intentions, like, you should be guided to know better or something like that, especially if it's something you really should not be doing. Something that's like evil or just like some kind of like nasty like intent, then you should kind of know better to like leave that shit alone or walk away. Because I will, like, if I don't trust something or I think it's wrong, I will say something. But I feel like, no, that's just being young. I think a lot of people have done shit like that. But people that repetitively do shit, fucking Lupe, bitch, you would. I'm done. Lupe's a shit, man. I fucking love you. Yeah, but I feel like that was God right there. Partly fucking, I'm sure they were probably like, this bitch is crazy. What up, Mandy? Speaking of the return candles, my BF destroyed mine with a straw 2 days ago trying to find the wig. Oh, on like a super sick one or what? Well, that sucks. Trying to find the wig? What do you mean? Anthea. Oh, good Lord. Well, I guess, I mean, you could always fix it, but I mean, you could melt the candle down and like redo it. He said it went out. What do you mean? No, you can't do return to sender candles with that asshole there. Sorry, no offense or anything. That was like really dick move. And like, just, yeah, if you do that, you do it in private. Super sus. That's a red flag, girl. Red flag. All right, trying to remove the wig. Any chance to burn that one? I mean, you could order wicks online. Candles are easy to make. I was making candles at one point out of like beeswax during the pandemic. Or plandemic, I should say. I'm telling you, that's why I'm not surprised at what my daughter confessed to. They ain't shit. Another red flag, Anthea. It's okay. Whenever you're ready to walk away, girl, we're here for you. We love you. We're not judging. Walked in, went out. Bullshit. Yeah, it says right here, double for your trouble. So, like, well, at least for those of you that were able to successfully light yours, these are things too, like I was talking to my friend, right? And so, like, I've been, like, noticing, obviously, over time. Look at teacher and guidance here. You could be somebody that's receiving, double for your trouble, right? Like, God is going to bless you double for your trouble. And it's like, return to sender candle. What I'm kind of getting with this double for your trouble and then teacher guide, I feel like this is about you getting, like, good karma in return, like double for your trouble, because you've gone through the persecution. Like, we were reading out of the book, and what was it talking about? Going through persecution, dealing with judgment, right? False judgment, dealing with people, not liking you, right? They're going to persecute you because they see God in you, whether they realize it or not. It's just something about you they can't stand, right? Or it's like, there's times where people mistreat you, or they just don't like you just because they don't want anybody else to like you, right? I had reposted other things up there with that one dude talking. Sounds like he's from, like, New Jersey or some shit. And you're welcome. Hey, that's what we're here for, guys. to support each other through the bullshit. Everybody's going through lessons, and everybody's on a different part in their journey. So, we're here. Yeah. But, I feel like you are going to receive double for your trouble. With teacher and guide here, it's because you're learning. You know what I mean? Like, you're learning stuff. And I feel like, you're learning things. Wow, look at the shit. I split the deck and it says death. So, I'm telling you, there's been a lot of endings, a lot of transformation. This shit, you could have been going through this shit for like 10 years. 10 years. Okay. You could be getting, I just seen 10, 10, 10, 10, 10 on this card. Wow. Yeah, major endings. I'm so relieved when they confess their minor shit, because I've done so much worse. I'm telling you now, like, the way that I feel like I've been with the kids, it's like they're just not raised a certain way. You know what I mean? Like, they're just not. Like, I'm glad too. Like, it was funny because somebody was saying something about these rich kids or something, and they were like, oh, what did he say? Do you think I care? He's like, do you think I care if you're putting in the comments that I'm spending my parents' money or some shit like that? He's like, no, I don't. It was so funny. Like, it's true. Like, low-key, like, that's what us as parents are, like, trying to do, even if, like, we're not rich. But it's like, we're raising them so they can, like, turn out better. You know what I mean? Like, that's the whole fucking point. So they can be better. But it's like, yeah, you want to the idea is to obviously make a better life for yourself so your kids can be either better or have more than what you did. You know what I'm saying? And give them more than what you had. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, of course, like, when the kids fucking tell me shit, I'm just like, whew. You know what I mean? Like, they've pulled some stupid shit. Like, there's been times where, like, the older ones have pulled, like, dumb shit. And I'm like, you're fucking kidding me. Lupe. Like, there are very few of you that know. But, like, I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? You know what I mean? But it's like, after that, it was like, all right. And believe me, they've been grounded. Like, I don't think I've ever been grounded a day in my life. Like, I don't even know what grounding is. My daughter was grounded for like 5 months. Like, all of the end of last year up until, like, the beginning, I want to say, like, spring break, that's when she got off grounding. I swear to fucking God. Like, she was in so much trouble, but I'm not going to say whatever the fuck happened. But yeah, I was like, So, like, they know, like, I'm not fucking playing. So, literally. So, yeah. I've never been grounded. I've never fucking been grounded. So like I sit there and I think about that and I'm like, wow. And like if I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna take your phone away, they're like, ah, you know what I mean? And I'm like, I wouldn't have given a fuck. Like shit, you could take whatever the fuck. Like I was such a little shit. So that's why I was like, I don't even, you know what I mean? So whew, Lupe, I feel you on that shit. I feel you on that shit. And it's like that means that you've done a good job. And your daughters are fucking so nice. So I don't know. I mean, I know Maria more, but I just feel like your daughters are really nice. They're really sweet. And you're a good mom and a good grandma. Like you're just a good person overall. So, you know. So there's been a lot of things that are coming out over the last 10 years. I want to say the last decade of your life, possibly. Like a lot of things are coming out or you're starting to realize things. And you're trying to live a more healthy lifestyle. Weird. I just got pacemaker, even though this says peacemaker. If you guys, oh fuck, you can't see. Hold on, let me see. It looks, all right. So it says peacemaker, but it's in reverse. And instantly right now, when I was looking at it, I swear to God, it looks like pacemaker, but it says peacemaker. It only happened once. And, my BD has heart problems. Wow. And it was in reverse. So like when I looked at it and I feel like this is somebody that likes to start a lot of problems, or somebody here could have, they don't want to deal with people that are not wanting to, like, I feel like you don't want to make peace with somebody. Like you're just done and you're in like this healthy lifestyle, or like, you know, even if it's not super healthy, you're in a better space in your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, we had s'mores for dinner with fucking shrimp and mini pizzas that we made. So much for my raw and fruits and veggie fucking diet. Damn it. Damn it. Yeah, so anyways, but you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, not everybody's perfect, all right? But it's like overall you're improving in life, or it's like, you know, you're in a good spot in your life. And you could be somebody that needs to practice positive affirmations, or it's like you're very positive. It's healthier than being stressed out. Exactly my point. Thank you. I put that fear into my daughter, and they have never cussed ever until they were grown. Really? Wow. You know what's crazy? Like, I think about that shit and I'm like, I don't know if I'm ever gonna, I guess cursing is a big deal, but like, for myself, I cuss like a fucking sailor. Like, I can't help it. I don't even notice. Shrimp is bomb. Shrimp is so bomb. I'm full of shrimp. And I don't, you know what? It's crazy because like my older kids, I feel like the littler ones, they learn, like they copy way, like they grow up way faster because of the older ones. But the older kids, they like, I remember like stupid used to be like a bad word. I remember one time we were all in the car and one of the girls was like, oh my gosh, mom. She said, I can't say it. She said the S word. And I was like sitting there thinking, right? Like, I didn't hear anything. Like, I didn't hear the S word, but whatever. Anyways, apparently one of the girls thought it was like a huge deal and like they couldn't say what it was. And I was like, well, just say, what do you think the S word is? Stupid. And I was like, what? You know what I mean? But like, I guess like it was just funny because at one point, like really, I had my kids, like my kids were so like they're good, but like, and I mean like perfect, like on fucking point. Like, I don't know, after I feel like number 5, 6, and 7, things have slid a little bit. It's a little different. But yeah, they never cussed. Yeah, same thing. It's crazy because like they were so, yeah, it's just weird. You always knew a time and a place. Yeah, it was just, I don't know. But I just find that funny. Like, obviously that means you're doing a good job. You know what I mean? Regardless of however I spoke or however I did talk. I mean, I don't know. It was such a like, it was just different. I don't know. It wasn't allowed in schools. You're so right. You're so right. Now I feel like, shit, they be calling each other so bad. They weren't even allowed to say shut up. Now, I don't know. Out of 9 of us, I'd get grounded because I spoke up to police in school for my siblings. Oh my God. Like now too. You're funny. That's true. You know what? Like if the kids have like a valid reason for getting in trouble, I guess, if they ever did, then fine. And if it's like the school's not coming up with a solution, or I kind of am like listening to the situation, like I'm pretty fair. Like, again, I'm not biased. I can't be. Like, I have to hear everything so I can know and make the decision. But if I feel like the teacher's being a douchebag or something, then yeah, I will address it. But I won't always take my kid's side. But I feel like, I don't know, in certain situations, it's like, well, that is your brother or your sister, you know? You're a teacher right now? You're a teacher? Look at this is for you then, teacher guide. Yeah. What grade do you teach? If you don't mind me asking, if you don't want to answer that, that's totally fine. I was mean. I had my bully punch a piece of paper full of staples facing upward. What? That's so... Had my bully punch... Oh, shit. I was mean. People are fucking assholes. Kids are assholes. Sometimes they can be. I'm just saying, it's fucking true. I've had my share of, like, dicks. The letter G could be significant. Somebody here, I feel like, was trying to find out information on you to give back, to, like, an ex or something. Oh, really? Right on. Bullies want to be friends after. So somebody with the letter G, the last name possibly, okay, some kind of a spell has broken. Somebody here could have just signed up for like a fitness class or like a dance class or some kind of an exercise class. This could be something new. And like somebody here could be like into that, like some kind of dance fitness maybe, or some kind of dancing. But this is something new. It's like you're doing things that are good for your soul, or trying things that are going to make you happy. You could have recently quit smoking or quit drinking, with smokes too much in reverse. And somebody here, like, you feel like this was like controlling you, or it was like dominating your life or something like that. So you quit and now you're like doing something else. Yeah, it's like you're trying to take care of yourself so you can care for others. Like, yeah. Okay. It's like you're somebody that's really inspired, or it's like, you know, you're really motivated to like not give up or like to keep going or something, even if you feel like on days like you can't, or you're tired, or you're, you know, not feeling well, or whatever the case is. It's like you're not giving up. You could be a little like in your emotions a little bit about it. Like you could have had like, I don't want to say emotional, but like teaching common sense. I feel like that cannot be taught. Sorry, I just saw that right now. Teaching common sense. And I'm like, what? I feel like this could have been a little bit of like an emotional journey, or like lately maybe you could be a little emotional or like really sensitive. When you see the worst version of yourself, you feel the need to be better. You know what? That is such a good way to put it. I feel like some people, they don't. Like, they don't care. But I feel like if you see something within yourself and you're like, whoa, like I feel you on that shit. Like I have like come to like certain places in my life where I was like, what the fuck am I doing? And it did push me to want to change, like challenge myself, you know? I knew I had to change my ways after the way I was. Yeah. Or like sometimes things will happen and you're like, what the fuck? No. And it like, yeah, you have to like motivate yourself. Like I feel like, I don't know, some people, they don't get motivated off that shit. Like it almost like it's like they're weak. You know what I mean? Like it's like the opposite for them. And I feel like it almost, that reminds me of like what I had posted with that dude talking, the bald guy or whatever. And he was talking about how some people, they go through shit and like they can't even handle, like they can't handle it, you know? And then it's like they just kind of like fuck their self off instead of doing the opposite, which is, you know, changing shit that you don't like about yourself, and they hate you because of it, you know? Yeah, being accountable, having that responsibility, like, all right, I got to do something, you know, in any situation, whatever that may be in everybody's life, you know, it's all different shit. But, you know, this could have been something that was like kind of emotional, or like, you know, you've been really like it's something serious. That's true. My relationship brought the worst version of myself, which pushed me to do better. Aw. I did the opposite with my kids and overprotected them. Big mistake. Now they're kind of weak. You know what? I don't think so. You know what it is? That but it's good that they go to you, dude, because I feel like I would rather them come to me than go to someone else and then get like bad advice, or, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like for like, I don't know. I feel like when you don't have anyone, or like a role model, or like someone you trust, then that's where you kind of like fuck shit up, you know? So it's good that they trust you, or like they do have that relationship with you in a way, you know? Your oldest. Yeah, and I feel like it says yes, definitely go for it. So you could be just doing things that you need to do, and it's like regardless of how hard your journey has been or how hard life is, it's like you still just keep going. And maybe you could have been waiting on a response for something, or like you were in your head or thinking about something for a long time, and you're like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do it. We're just gonna do it. We're gonna go with it. Fuck it, whatever, let's do it. And you just keep pushing. And it's like, I don't want to say like a poker face, but I kept thinking about your Scorpio moon. Somebody had a Scorpio moon in here. Was it you, Watson? And so I was thinking about that, and it's like, you know, that poker face, right? Or like really not even knowing, or like keeping your emotions to yourself, kind of. You could have donated or got rid of like clothes recently, or like this could even be like weight loss. This could be like weight loss journey. this could be things that like just don't serve purpose in your life anymore also. And this card also has a number 10 on it. So it says it will return to you tenfold. So earlier it was like 10, 10, 10, 10. Yeah, it was you, Watson. Yeah, the Scorpio moon. And all kids need to learn how to defend themselves without Mama Bear doing it for them. Ooh, you know what? That's true. I feel like, too, sometimes, like, like I was telling my one kid the other day, I was like, your communication's, like, going to be a big deal. Because somebody was getting frustrated because they are, and actually that kid's moon is in Gemini. And I feel like with Gemini moon and the Scorpio moon, I was thinking about it earlier. Really, the 10s have been chasing you for a week? And I was thinking about that earlier, and I was like, you know what's so similar? It's like usually like Geminis are in their fucking head all the time. And they won't, it's like, you'll notice, I guess, kind of because of however, like whatever's eating away at them in their mind, even if they're not saying anything, it's like because they're so busy in their head, like, but I feel like their appearance will kind of say how they feel sometimes. And, they will get really quiet. Yeah, I just feel like very quiet. And same thing with the Scorpio moon. It's like, you will not really know how they're feeling. Like sometimes you can't read them. Like sometimes people can't read me. I'm a regular Scorpio. I'm not a Scorpio moon. I'm a Scorpio sun. But some people know they don't really know how to read me. Like they're not sure. Or whatever they're thinking about me is always wrong. It's usually wrong. Like they'll assume shit. And it's like, no. But, you could be somebody like that, like where it's like whatever it is that you're going through or you're dealing with, it's not, regardless if it is something that's like an emotional journey or it's been very stressful, you're not really showing it. You're just kind of like, what you need to do, you're handling it, and you're just kind of moving forward anyway. And you could be, yeah, like giving things away. Like I'm getting like donating stuff. And or like giving things away or something. Yeah, it's like you're giving something away. Ooh. You can't tell, we'll never show it. 10, spiritual awakening and on the right track and rituals are working. Ooh. I'm gonna receive that. Yeah, there's something here that you do have to give away. Or if you haven't given it away yet, it's like you're supposed to give it away. Because it's going to actually motivate you even more, is what I just got. Maybe you're having a really hard time giving something away or like not wanting something to go or to end. So somebody here, or a lot of people, or maybe like, this could be friends or family, it's like talking about what they think you're going through. Like somebody's assuming something like what you're going through. They might be wrong, okay? But there's some kind of like gossip or something about it. About how somebody like feels or how they think they don't feel or how they should feel or something like that. But it's like you're doing this because you love yourself. Whatever this is that you're doing, it's because it's like for you. Like it's for the better of not only you, but like everyone around you. So like this is something I think I mentioned yesterday. And it's like, people are not going to understand your path. They're not, again, you're going to be persecuted for it. They don't understand. Like, why are you doing this? Why are you to yourself? Why are you feeling this way? Or how come you're not feeling this way? You know what I mean? And it's like, sometimes you really just don't have to explain shit and just know and trust that. This is why trust is so important. Just trust and know that whatever is for you, whatever is for your kid, whatever is for your family, it's like you're going to have to put in the work, the effort for it, right? But not everyone's going to understand, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? But you know it's for your greater good, or you know it's for the best of everybody. But other people are not going to see that. They're just not going to see it, and they're not going to agree with it. They're not going to support you, and that's okay. That's fine, because God's always going to be there to support you and back you. So it does come with great reward. And I just feel like this is a move that you're making because you do love yourself and you do love your family or your friends or whatever the case is, you know. And it's like, you know, that in the long run, like, this is going to be beneficial for them, or this is for them, not just you. Well, obviously it has to be for you, but for them, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, people just need to have faith. And that's another thing too. It's like, whatever is your path, that's your fucking path. Like, whatever path okay. So a friend of mine we had a discussion the other day, and it was like, you know, about your kid's path, right? So she was mentioning that somebody that is in her family always tried to, when they did spell work or they played around with magic, right? It was like they still wanted it to bend to their will. So, like, if they did spell work, it was like because they felt like if this was better for their child, like they would do things to their child, or like do the prayer, whatever, for their child, because they felt like that was the best option for their child, to try to like almost like manipulate shit in a way, right? But at the same time, she did not trust, the path that God had for that child. So therefore, you know, once again, we've talked about this. Now they're going to receive that karma, not even realizing where the fuck it's coming from. So, you know, and creating a lot of confusion, or like trying to almost change things that cannot be changed, or manipulate things, or to have them without knowing, I feel like, which is not okay. Not really go down the path that they need to go down, or should, or whatever the case was, right? But it was like a good intention behind it. And I was listening to something else that was saying that even though, like, people sometimes, even with the best intentions, they cause it's like even worse by having a good intention and then trying to do something that you think is good, and it's not even, like, you cause a lot of problems that way. Basically is how they said it. I don't know how exactly they said it, but it was something like that. Like, sometimes people with the best intentions, they cause even more problems than people that don't. People using their kids in any which ways fuels fire me. And you know what? It wasn't even like using them. It was like, okay, so like if you feel like your son or your daughter should do this and they're like, no, I don't want to. And then it's like somebody like, you know, well, I'm going to, you know, play with some magic here. I'm going to like, you know, make sure that that doesn't happen because that's not what I want for them. Versus just kind of letting them go down their own path and like doing whatever they need to do and not trying to manipulate or change things, like, so they can learn their lessons. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're thinking it's good. And it's like, that is the worst thing ever. Like, no, like, that is not something. And I was thinking, like, I can't do that either. Like, you know, I have grown ass children and I have kids that are obviously like not even in elementary school yet. So it's kind of like, I can't do shit like that. I will not do something like that. I just feel like that's wrong, and I feel like God knows what's best for them, and I am there to guide them. I am there as a guide, but I am not there to bend their will to mine and then use God as a weapon or a, you know, front, so that way they can, you know, that's also spiritual witchcraft, which is the same shit as, you know, just playing with spell work or whatever, you know. And I had no idea that like you know, that their family was like into that shit either. So like when they told me, I was kind of shocked, like, what? So but the conversation was pretty interesting though, but it was a good conversation. And like, you know, I was just thinking about that, and I'm like, wow, like, you know, people can do that. That's why people too, it's like they can manipulate you into doing things or trying to play on your psyche to get you to almost like change your own destiny. It's like telling somebody to pull the trigger, but then being like, oh yeah, I didn't pull the trigger though. I just said it. They didn't have to do it. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you're putting that, you're kind of like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What up, Risa? Hello, hello. And so I really thought that was interesting. So it is kind of like the same thing, and it's still wrong. You know what I mean? It's still wrong. It still causes a lot of confusion. It makes a lot of problems. And ultimately, at the end of the day, it's not God's will. It's not like what you're supposed to truly be doing for your path. Now it's being manipulated on what they want. And they're playing like puppeteer, the influence. Yeah. You know, now it's like, no, that's still not okay. Because you think you know what's best for somebody else's fucking path. And it's like, wait a minute, no, you don't. And I cannot do that. Because at the end of the day, like, God is still, like, in my opinion, like, God is still God. And, like, to me, that's, like, my dad, like, my father. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, you know, he's entrusting me with my kids. You know what I'm saying? But they're still his at the end of the day. So, you know, regardless of whatever I'm into, whatever practices, I am so fucking unorthodox, it's not even funny. So, you know, my beliefs, my practices, I don't impose them on the kids. I don't. My kids, they, whatever path they choose to go down, that's their choice. But I do, like, my one daughter, she goes to, and it's funny because 1 out of the 6 that are here, she loves going to church. She loves going to certain classes for, like, and they teach her about the Bible and shit like that. She absolutely loves it. My one daughter, she hates going. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's for her. And it really soothes her soul. And she absolutely loves it. And I'm like, hey, I'm all for it, baby. I support you, honey. If that's the road that works for you, I'm for it. I'm not going to enforce anything on anyone. That's my flaw. I'm so judgmental about their reactions to simple problems that it worries me. You know what? It's as being like a mom and stuff like that. It's just kind of natural reaction because, yeah, it is stressful. It is stressful. Yeah, it is very stressful. But at the same time, like, I guess there's just a part of me that is so detached, or I can detach. But it like, I'll cry about it, or like if it's something really serious, or like if it's something I'm just like, fuck. You know what I mean? Like, why are you doing this? You know, but at the same time, I also have to respect that, like, I just have to trust. And it's really hard sometimes to do that, but I also have to, like, have faith to know that, like, again, whatever happens, like, I still have to know that, like, that was their path, they served their purpose or whatever it is, and, like, I have to let it go, right? And I feel like the more we hold on to things, or like we want to stop something, the more it's gonna happen anyway. You know what I mean? It's like whatever it is that we don't want, it's gonna happen. So it's like, just let it go, let it be. My kids are like that. My middle one wants nothing to do with religion. Yeah, I'm just like, you know, whatever. And they all know God. They've all been in church. The only thing I worry about is just the smaller one. Like, she wasn't raised in church. It is hard to trust because you feel compelled to intercede and control the situation as mothers. Yeah, and it's like, I don't know, like, even with that one issue that I had recently with my other one, or last year or whatever, I feel like now, I don't know, I guess I'm not going to talk about it on here, but then I think, like, should I have not reacted like that? Should I have not, you know what I mean? But then I was like, no. You know what I mean? I don't know. Hey, she was grounded for 6 fucking months. Did I give a shit? No. But did I give a shit or feel bad when she wanted to go out? No, I didn't. But I feel like too, I'm really easy to work with and like compromise with and like be fair. So if you're in trouble or I'm like fucking pissed and you're on my shit list, there's a very good reason like why. It is hard, but I don't know. I guess I've been in situations too where I've had to really seriously like trust or really put all my faith into like God and not knowing what the fuck was gonna happen. And it just like, I don't know. So now it's like, I kind of guess it's easier for me to detach from certain things sometimes, but I get it. Yeah, it really does. It's like, yeah, you can feel a certain way all you want. And it's like, well, once you start acting on your feelings and it's like really stupid, then yeah, there is going to be big consequences and, or just doing stupid shit too. But I feel like she definitely learned her lesson. Like, she won't ever do that again. She won't ever do that again. So, and I do feel like there was a little bit of manipulation there going on behind the scenes that, and possibly like some sort of like evil eye or something stupid. So, because that one kid's very, very, very sensitive, very sensitive to certain like energies and shit like that. So, yeah. But I feel like this is something that's definitely beneficial that you're going to be doing, or that you're deciding to do, or that you want to do, that's going to benefit everyone. So it's like, even if you're a little emotional or you're a little strong on how you're coming across people, or people are not understanding, it's okay. Like, I also feel like too, by you having faith, or by you having some kind of faith through your journey, and then like seeing the outcome or being the example, then people are going to be like, oh, now we know why. But it's like, they can't really know why until the end, in a way, if that makes any sense. So keep doing whatever you're doing, because it says, I love myself. I am uniquely made by God. I am blessed. And it says, yes, definitely go for it. So I feel like, yeah, this is something that you're doing because you love yourself, because you love others. And it's not a selfish move. Like, whatever this is, it's like, whatever you're trying to do, it's not a selfish move. It's like for the greater good kind of shit is what I'm getting. This also has to do with you, like, not doing something that you used to do in the past, or like that you maybe would have let slide before. It's like you're putting your foot down with something or someone, okay? Or both.